Hello, this is Adrian Igo, Capricorntigress with Astrology, a look inside. Coming to you with the readings or the general reading for Gemini for the month of August. And so first I want to just take a good look at this here. Let's see here. So it looks like the biggest thing going on here with you guys for Geminis, and I just want to make sure I've got all my information right in front of me here, is that on August 6th, Venus is going to enter into Libra. It starts out the month, Venus in Virgo, and then it goes into Libra on the 6th of August. Now, Virgo is normally in your solar 4th house, or Venus starts out in your 4th house, and then it goes into your solar 5th house. And the 5th house, of course, rules love and romance, taking chances and gambling and all different types of things like that. Also, entrepreneurship, businesses, because of course the risk factor that's involved in starting a business. So often people who are involved in businesses have strong 5th houses, but it's going to be positive because Venus is positive, and so you're going to have a positive emphasis in your 5th house. Now this could also indicate children or possible pregnancy. Venus in the 5th house can rule pregnancy. So, and if it is, it would be a beautiful baby, just so that you know. Venus in the 5th house is that way. So, but yeah, risk-taking, play the lotto, you know, go get a scratchy ticket, do something like that, because Venus is a very positive sign. And it'll be trying you, Geminis, during the month of August. So that's a very positive thing. Leo, of course, it's Leo time up until the 23rd, when the sun will enter Virgo. So enjoy that sextile that the sun and Mercury and the North Node will be making to Geminis throughout most of August up until the 23rd. So I would take advantage of that if I were you. Now, one of the things that I see here, emphasis, is that Taurus starts out in your 12th house. It's in the solar 12th house of, you know, Taurus for Gemini. But there is going to be a Uranus retrograde on the 7th. And so Uranus will be retrograding out of Taurus back into Aries for a short while. I believe it goes back into Taurus in the fall, but it will be retrograding out of Taurus back into Aries until sometime in the fall. I don't have the exact dates in front of me, but I know that will be happening. So be aware of that, because your 12th house rules hidden enemies and things like that, but your 11th house rules things like your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, your friends, groups and organizations. And that area is emphasized this month anyway, because, well, not really. It starts out the month on the 1st of August with the moon in Aries in your 11th house of friends conjunct Chiron. So just be careful around that 1st of August period with that moon in the 11th house on Chiron like that. It just could mean, you know, you could fall out with friends or something like that day. So be careful on that day. You've got Neptune in Pisces up in your 10th house. So it makes me wonder, you know, what you guys have been experiencing in the way of your career and your reputation and your image over the last, you know, few months, because the Neptune just makes things very nebulous and very confusing. And with that up in your 10th house, it could have made things kind of confusing for others dealing or with you, because it's your, well, technically your most elevated planet at this time. So, or up in your solar chart. You know, the thing about Neptune is that it's the natural ruler of Pisces. And so, because it's home in Pisces, there could be a lot of creativity happening in your 10th house. I mean, this could be a very creative time for you. I could see you doing things, you know, with music or art or movies or anything that has to do with creativity. It's really kind of emphasized right now. So I would take advantage of that. Squares usually mean activity, although most people are afraid of squares. If there is a square, it usually causes action or friction. And with that being your 10th house, action in the career area is never a bad thing if it's positive, right? I want to emphasize that, you know, as I mentioned, up until the 23rd, the Sun, the North Node, and Mercury are going to be down in your 3rd house, or solar 3rd house, of communications. And so communications is going to be strong for you this month. This is vital. On the 11th, there will be a new moon partial solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Leo. And that will be in your solar 3rd house. So somehow this is going to affect your communications in some way. The way, you know, what you speak and write and communicate to others. It could just mean a lot of influence with your extended family, like brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, aunts, nephews, nieces, that type of thing. Also, it could indicate a lot of small travel around the neighborhood. That happens a lot when the Sun is in the 3rd house. So you can find your, you know, that you have to get on the bus or a train or go and pick up this one for soccer or go get this one for hockey or whatever you're doing this summer. That could be an emphasis that happens as well. Your Venus is down in the 4th house, and Venus is actually going to be down in Virgo. As I mentioned, it gets out of the 4th house, goes into your solar 5th house, and goes into Libra. And as I mentioned, that's a very good place for you to have your Venus. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Jupiter is in Scorpio and has been for a while. It's in your solar 6th house. So Jupiter is in your area of work and health. Hopefully your health has improved. If you have Gemini rising, you hopefully have seen some of this health improvement. If you are a Gemini, hopefully your health is improving. And if it's not, then I hope you're doing the things to help it improve, because Jupiter only comes around once every 12 years. And so the positivity that Jupiter is adding into your life, into your 6th house, is a rare occurrence. And I would take advantage of that. And, you know, I would just, you know, do everything in my power to improve my health during this time, and my work, and, you know, the people I work with and things like that. You've got Pluto and the planet Saturn in the 8th house of Capricorn, which is where it falls in your chart. And Pluto is at home in the 8th house. It's very powerful in the 8th house. So you might find that things are, you know, you can regenerate. Things are regenerating or changing. Transformations are occurring and are possible. There could be a transformation with your finances, because the 8th house rules finances, especially other people giving you money, or maybe it'll come from taxes or inheritances. You know, I don't want to, you know, emphasize anyone passing, but if someone were that this year is a year where money could come from that. So I wanted to make a note of that. On the 12th of August, Mars is going to go from Aquarius, which is your solar 9th house, but it's going to retrograde back into the sign of Capricorn. And that's going to put that emphasis of Mars back into that 8th house, along with Pluto and Saturn. Again, this rules other people's money, and it rules getting money from things like annuities and investments, maybe even stock. I'm not sure if you play the stock market or anything like that, but you know, time to shore up your insurances and things like that. You know, just double check your money. The 8th house also rules your partner's money, so keep an eye on your partner's money as well. So this is basically what's been going on for most of August for you. Now, Mercury does go direct, as I mentioned, on the 19th, and there will be a Jupiter trine on the 19th, and that's going to happen at 15 degrees of 36 degrees of Pisces. And that trine between Jupiter and Neptune at that 15 degrees Pisces, 36 degrees of Pisces, that's going to happen in your 10th house of career and your 6th house of work. That trine is very good for career and work matters. If you are looking to make an extra impression at work or something like that, this would be the time to do it, because your career is highly emphasized on that day. And that's the 19th of August. And it's the same day that Mercury goes direct, by the way, in your 3rd house, going, you know, into your 4th house, or solar 4th house. So that's communication. Maybe it's the day to go in and ask for a raise or go for a promotion. That's indicated here. Now, on the 23rd, the sun enters Virgo, and so it'll be going out of Leo, it'll be going out of your 3rd house and into your solar 4th house, and then the emphasis will be more on your home and your family. On the 26th, there'll be a full moon at 12 degrees Pisces. So here we're back at Pisces again. And so if you didn't really get the full benefit of that Jupiter-Neptune trine at 15 degrees Pisces and Scorpio, then here comes that full moon at 3 degrees 12 seconds of Pisces. So that's more emphasis in your 10th house, and hopefully that'll be the day you actually get the promotion or the raise you asked for back on the 19th. On the 27th of August, Mars goes direct at 28 degrees of Capricorn, and it will be going direct through your 8th house, and you know, hopefully it'll get back into your 9th house, which will, you know, once it gets back into Aries, it's going to emphasize different things other than, you know, the money issue, but it'll start dealing with issues like your education and spirituality and you know, perhaps travel, or even any kind of legal issues that you might have out there. So this has been the month of August for the sign of Gemini. I still write all my little things down for the month of Gemini. I want to say also, before I go, that Mercury enters Virgo on the 5th, and Saturn goes direct on the 6th of September. So prepare for that. That's coming. Okay. Anyway, this is Capricorntigress with Astrology, a look inside. Wishing all you wonderful Geminis a great summer and a wonderful August. Much love and light to all. Bye now. Have a great day, everyone.